Hello, Jen here with my layout for the Everyday Inspiration series that Christy, Crystal, Daisy, Dolly, Lisa, and myself are doing. You just saw Crystal's picture for this month. It's this gorgeous umbrella with sort of a metal umbrella with this really pretty, fine, intricate lacing in it. And basically, for this series, we take one picture from one of our everyday lives and we use that to inspire our layout. So for me, obviously, the thing that I pull out of there is that bold black lace pattern. And I probably 2 or 3 months ago found these wood veneer at Dollar Tree, and at the time I obviously didn't know what our inspiration was going to be, so I didn't buy them specifically for this, but I just really liked them. I thought they were pretty, and I'm trying to um, get myself to use some bigger elements, bigger wood veneer and things like that. So I picked them up, and then when I saw this picture, I knew right away they were going to be the perfect element for my layout, and so I went ahead and painted them black, and now they match that beautiful umbrella. And I'm going to do a basic grid pattern layout. So I'm going through my Secret Not Secret Kit Club kit from May, and also my sampler kit, which I forgot to look if it was my April or May one, but they contained a lot of the same elements, so a lot of this Pink Fresh Studio collection. So I pulled both of them out, and now I'm just trying to go and pick the patterns that I like the best. I really love that white background with all of the flowers, and so I'm using that to pull the colors from my other pieces to try and get this grid pattern done. I actually cut out tons and tons of footage because I was being really indecisive. I couldn't decide what I wanted. I kind of wanted all of it. So maybe I should have done a smaller grid and done a whole bunch of squares instead of just the 4. But in the end, I found that die cut that said just start, and I thought, okay, that was my hint. I just need to pick 4 things and stick them on the paper. So here you can see I went with that yellow pattern and the teal colored paper, this one here, and then the flowers, obviously. And Christina sent me those square doilies in my kit as well, and so I thought that that would make a good square for my grid. And so here you can see this is my final decision. I love that doily. I think it's really pretty, and it also kind of adds to the element of inspiration of that sort of lace pattern. Ooh, I was drinking beer that day. That was lemon and lavender. It was so good. I don't like beer at all. But here in Alberta, we have a huge craft beer industry, like a massive one. And so the other day I found this really cool new store called Collective Craft Beer Market. I was actually shopping for shoes for my daughter for dance. She needed tap shoes, point shoes, and ballet shoes this year. So yeah, good times. So it was right beside. So after we did a little bit of shoe shopping, I ran in. I was just going to buy something for my hubby and ended up in there for like 15 minutes trying out beers and talking to them. And I came home with a couple for myself that really don't taste like beer at all. They just have, this one especially has this really nice sort of lemonade feel to it. So yeah, anyways, tangents. My son was saying hello there. He needed me to cut a heart out of his paper. So, yeah, mom life, I guess. Anyways, so you can see that I did a bunch of splatters on this background piece. I'm not sure who made this paper. It came in my kit, and I just really like that mint color. But I felt like the cream, in the video, it actually looks a lot more yellow, but it's cream, and so it was kind of throwing off my choices for papers. I think that was one of the reasons I was being so indecisive, was because I was really trying to find something that matched that cream. And I finally decided on the yellow because I feel like, I don't know if you notice it as much as I do, but as soon as I put that yellow on the paper, I felt like that cream really um, lent itself to being more yellow than cream. And so it just made everything feel a little bit more balanced to me, I guess. I really don't mind mixing cream and white together. That doesn't bother me, but sometimes the creams that you see are just a little bit darker. Oh, there you go. The heart just made an appearance again. He made a card for me. um, but yeah, sometimes I find that the creams that they use are actually a lot more yellow than cream, and so that I think that was the problem with this one. So I ended up matting the whole thing on some white cardstock, and that really helped with the balance. And then I used the yellow paper, so that really brings out the yellow tint to that cream. And yeah, I think in the end it all works out. I twisted it too just because I thought it would be a fun way to kind of add some interest, because everything in a grid, in my grid anyways, is very, very straight and clean. So twisting it just kind of gives your eye something interesting to look at. So I'm just kind of eyeballing where my wood veneer is going to go. I mean, that's what I do. I rarely measure anything. I just eyeball it. So I just put all four of them down because they kind of connect together really well, and that's just helping me make sure that I have my spacing right. And then I need to stick this frame down first. Did I mention that that is from the collection? I can't remember if I did now. All of the ephemera pieces all just came together in my kit, so I'm not sure if there were multiple ephemera packs for this collection, like if there was a pack of just frames and a pack of other things, I don't know. So, but it is from the Pink Fresh Studio collection. There we go. So those are all stuck down. They look really good. So now I'm just going to go through all of those little pieces that I do have, and I thought maybe I would peek a few things out in between the striped paper and the white background, just kind of have them poking out in the corners, but I couldn't find enough things that I liked that kind of fit in that space, because I don't have the full ephemera pack. I just have bits and pieces that Christina threw in for me. So that leaf will eventually move because I just couldn't find enough things to stick down. But while I'm thinking, I'm going to go ahead and get my picture ready. So I felt like my picture needed a little bit of weight to it. It kind of gets lost in the black. And so I'm going to end up doing a black mat around the outside, as well as use some of those little bits of paper left over from cutting my squares. Oh, I guess I put these on first. I was still in embellishment mode. Those are leatherette stickers from Pink Fresh. I think that collection is called Dream On. So it's not the same collection that I'm using, but the colors all match really well. So I pulled out the 3 hearts. And then I'm also going to put down these wood buttons. So I think that one says hello, and the one I put on the yellow is just a little heart, and then the one that I put by that flower is just like a leaf pattern. And then I'm going to use some of these puffy stickers. So I used a circle, and I'm going to pull out, do I do it right now? I'm not sure. I'm going to pull out a couple other puffy stickers from that collection, or from that pack as well. So now I'm going to go ahead, because I have to think. So I always do this. When I'm trying to think about one thing, I'll jump to something else. So I really wanted to make sure I get that pink pattern used and get those scraps used up. So I'm going to mat my picture on some black first. And that just kind of helps to balance it with all of the black from the wood veneer. And then I decided originally I was just going to use the pink, but I had those scraps from the teal as well, and I thought, you know what, I might as well use them rather than keep them. And I'm kind of glad I did. I feel like this added some extra weight to the picture, and just really helped to make the picture the main focal point, because those black wood veneer are so bold that they kind of draw your eye in, and even though the picture is right in the middle of them, you're still looking at the pattern from those wood veneer. So now I'll use those pink scraps. And this definitely worked out well too, because I didn't use pink anywhere else on the layout, so it really draws your eye in to the picture. There you go. Aw, so cute. My daughter put some of her old clothes on my niece. The two of them are twinsies. They look so much alike. It's crazy. It actually scares me sometimes because they act so much alike as well. They're the oldest and the youngest, and yeah, somehow they managed to be identical twins. So there we go. So you saw there, I used dry adhesive and wet adhesive just to make sure that that picture is really stuck down nicely on that wood veneer. And now I'm going to work on my title a little bit. So I've said this before, that I am determined to use these mirror stickers. They come from, I can't remember which Paige Evans collection from Pink Paisley, but it's one of them. And I've had them for a really long time. I actually think they came in my very first not secret kit. And I've struggled to use them. So finally I pulled them out and I just picked a word. I could have picked any of those words. I didn't have a title at this point. I just decided to pick one word. I even asked my mom which word she would pick, and I just thought, if I put it on the paper, then I have to use it. So after kind of playing around with some of those embellishments, and you saw I put some more of the puppy stickers on there, then I decided on the title, This Sweet Twinsies Moment. So I used the flat alphas, which also come in the Pink Fresh collection, and then of course the mirror, and then now these rose gold thickers to spell out Twinsies. And I'm not sure which collection those come from. I don't know if she sent them because they are part of Pink Fresh, or if she sent them because I also got the rose gold glaze. They might even be from my April kit, which was my Alice in Wonderland kit. So actually, now that I think about it, they might match that, possibly. But I think it works really nice here. And I removed that pineapple that had the more like yellow gold in it, so that it wouldn't clash too much. So yeah. So I'm just going to sprinkle a few more bits of this rose gold glaze on top. I knew I was going to cover up most of it on that background paper when I did it originally, but I like that there's little bits sort of peeking out from behind, and then now there's also just a really fine little splatter on top too. And I didn't want to waste any of it, so I grabbed some tags and I just smushed them through the leftovers. So now I have some really pretty tags to use somewhere. And I did the same with the white acrylic paint. That's just white titanium paint from Michaels. And now I'm going to outline this paper here because I felt like I needed to bring that black into or out to the outside to balance things. And that's it. That's my layout. If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments down below. And be sure to click on all of the links to check out the videos from the other ladies in this series. They have some beautiful layouts with this inspiration piece. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Happy scrapping. Bye.